What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Claudia. So today's video is going to be a little story time of the day that I got shot. Obviously, that's why you guys are watching this, because you guys want to know. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we were renting out a room, and the house, it has a main street. So in front of the house, it was our room, and then right next to it, it was a garage. So it was already around, say, like 11 or 12 that we were watching a movie. So we fell asleep, we got tired, and I started hearing, their friends coming over from a party. And it was around like 4:30 in the morning, I believe it was like 4:30. So my son woke up because I had to change his diaper and feed him. So, I did my mommy duties. And after that, I fell asleep. I put him on my chest so he could fall asleep because I already knew he was not going to fall asleep in his crib. So as soon as he passed out, I ended up falling asleep too. As soon as I closed my eyes, I started hearing brrrr, like nonstop. And I'm like, what the hell? Like in my mind, I heard it. I knew it was like in real life. But then I just kept trying to sleep. For some reason, I just didn't want to believe it was with us. I honestly thought it was the neighbors or something. So I didn't react, which my boyfriend did. He got up in a quickness and then he threw me off the bed, which I already had my son on my chest. So obviously, he came along with me. And we were hiding, we were ducking right on the side of the bed. And it was just it just kept going. And it was I guess they were just aiming at the garage first. So once they were done, they started loading up the shit again. And my boyfriend was like, okay, let's hurry up and go through the hallway. Because in our room, as soon as you open the door, it's the hallway. So we thought it was going to stop, but no. Little did we know, they were loading that shit up again. So we started crawling, and I had my son underneath me. So I started crawling, and they let it loose again. So I started crawling, and as soon as I started crawling, I thought it was the end. I literally thought that we were all gonna die in the house, because it was more than 50 bullet holes everywhere. So what happened is I just kept crawling, and I felt a burn on my thigh. It was just unexplainable. My the insides were how can I explain it? It was just hot. It was really, really hot, and it was just throbbing really, really bad. And I couldn't really crawl anymore. I was just slowly crawling. And then my boyfriend turns around, and then he was all like, did you get shot? Did you get shot? And I'm just I was so in shock, I guess, that I told him no. I was all no. So I started crawling, and then I went to the other room, which our friends, a couple was living in there. Well, they were, renting out that room. And they jump off the bed because I guess they heard the gunshots. So then we all started ducking, and then by the time I already knew I got shot was when I couldn't crawl no more. My ass was literally dragging on the floor. And then my boyfriend was like, are you sure you didn't get shot? I'm like, no, I think I did. So he just literally tapped me this on my thigh, and he went like this. It was all blood on his hand. He was all fuck. You could just see from his face expression that he was just what the fuck am I gonna do now? So he grabbed my son, and he was, he had him with him. And I started crawling to the living room, and everybody, obviously, we were all scared. We were just didn't know what to do. The bullets started going through the walls for a cool probably 3 minutes, 4 minutes, a little bit more than that. And for me, it felt forever. It felt they were never gonna stop. And we had a dog, actually. It was one of our friends' dog. It was staying in the front house. It was just just chilling or whatever. And we thought that the dog got hit, but luckily, she didn't. So a little bit later on, the cops they came in the ambulance because I guess the whole neighborhood, they called the cops. They were all like, and then the ambulance, they were like, man, I feel like everybody's dead in the house because, you know, it's like it was so many bullets, like so many gunshots everywhere. So what happened was they came, and luckily nobody else got shot besides me. I got hit. I got hit on my thigh. I got hit right here, and then it came out literally right here, which the hole right here, it was like this big, like this big, and the way that it came out, it was like this small, like it was just, yeah, but luckily it came out. It went in and it came out. And so they came and like they were like, oh, you know who got shot or whatever. So everybody in the house were like, oh, you know, she did. So they took me in the ambulance, and all I see when I woke up, like I opened my eyes when like they were taking me out, and I just seen all the neighbors just like looking. And then my uncle, he stayed like literally right in front of our house. So he was in Mexico, and his friends, like they lived there with him. So they called my uncle from Mexico, and boom, everybody else knew in Mexico, like, oh my God, Claudia got shot or whatever, you know. And then I didn't want to tell my mom because my mom, you know, she's like really sick. She has health problems, and I just didn't want to worry her. So the first person that I told was my brother. I told my boyfriend to call him and to let him know. And yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Alright, well, I'm back. But so I told my boyfriend to call my brother and let him know that, you know, I got shot. So he did, and he thought it was a lie. He was all like, no, you're lying, like, it's not true, like, you know. So my brother went to the house, and he seen, obviously, you know, cops. They seen, well, a lot of cops, because they were fucking trying to investigate, and like all the bullet holes and everything everywhere. And oh, let me mention, before they even shot up the garage, they shot up my whole car. Like that shit was a hit, like the whole thing. Like I think it was like about 10 bullet holes all over my car. So that way, obviously, it makes sense. Like, you know, they don't want us to get help or get in the car. So obviously, they shoot up the car, and then they shoot up the whole entire house. So yeah, and then my brother, what he did, he went to the house just to make sure that it wasn't me, that it was just a lie. And there was this one girl that she lived with us, and she was coming out with my son, and my brother was like, you dumbass, I thought you got shot. And it was her, and it wasn't me. So then my brother, like, he got close, and he was like, oh shit, like, fuck, like, you know, she's really at the hospital. So he got my son, I believe. I honestly don't know. I don't really remember. But, so I was in the hospital already while my brother, you know, he told me that part. So I was at the hospital, and they were just like, oh, you know, like, you're gonna be fine. And, you know, nothing, like, really serious is gonna happen. So I was there for a couple hours. I don't know exactly how many hours. Probably, like, 4 hours, I think. Like, 4 or 5. And then they sent me home, which I ended up being at my mom's because I was not going to go back over there, you know, at all. And, yeah. And I don't know what else to say. But it was just the worst experience ever. Like, at the beginning, when all that happened, I was, you could say, traumatized in a way. Like, with little sounds, I would get scared. Like, just like put a cup, like, down, and it's, like, so loud. Like, I would just, like, turn around like this, or just, like, I would be tripping. And I would be sleeping, and I would be having nightmares. And So my boyfriend, when he was playing the game one day, and obviously there was so many shootings in the game, and I fell asleep on him. So when I fell asleep, like as soon as I closed my eyes, I thought those like gunshots that he was playing in his game was for me. That somebody like just grabbed a gun and just like shot me in my head or something. And then like I woke up panicking and crying because I thought it, it was real. Like, it felt real. Fuck. I really thought I was not gonna fucking cry. But yeah. So, but then after a while, it started like, slowly not fading away. It was obviously still there in my mind and everything. But then, like, my boyfriend really helped me a lot on like trying to make me stronger and not like, tripping on what happened or like just conquering my fears or, yeah. But it sucked. It sucked because I had to go through that. Not just that, but my son as well. And for me, that was more painful than me getting shot. More painful of me experience that myself. It's like it hurt me more because of my son. That he had to experience it, even though he was really little. Like, he was really tiny, But it was just the fact that, you don't want your kid to go through something like that. Fuck. Oh my god. But yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna close up this video now because, yeah, I feel like it got a little bit too emotional. Yeah, so that's my story of when I got shot. Hope you guys enjoyed.